Welcome back, guys. And remember, our mission, your life on your terms. That's it. Purpose of the site, everything that we do, you should live your life on your terms, not someone else's. FOMO, FOPO, whatever the terms is, abbreviations, we don't care. Your life should be on your terms, and this is one of the ways to start making that happen. So today we're focusing on wealth, and we're going to look at the wealth pyramid. We're going to go through the different layers and how you can start laying the foundation. And remember, all the bricks are the same regardless of where you are in the pyramid. So now we're painting the big picture. We've already spoken about wealth, what it is, giving you the introduction, and hopefully you have your numbers ready as well. The next thing is, of course, okay, we know the big picture. Now, like anything else, we need to break it down and break it down and break it down and break it down so we can actually take the first step. Because you just say, oh, I want 10 million bucks. Oh, shit, that's never gonna happen. I might as well never give a shit. Just go to the bar. And then guess what? It's never gonna happen. And that's the thing, right? So big picture. I need to put aside 10 bucks a week. I can do that. And that's a start. So one step at a time. And today we're gonna look at then, well, the wealth pyramid. I'm gonna go through the different layers and explain what we mean and how you can think and how you can use them, of course. And again, the idea and the goal is for you to have multiple streams of passive income. Money coming into your pocket, you doing nothing. You're setting up the strategy and the structure, money coming to you passively. You know what? When that happens, you can do whatever you want with your time because no one can tell you to be there, go there, do that, because you don't have a boss. You do whatever you want because the money's coming your way because you made that happen. Now you have the time to do what you want with your time. And to me, that's life on my terms. The wealth pyramid. I know I'm an excellent drawer. Let's start with the first one. Financial security. And of course, you can find everything on the site and in this post specifically, of course, if you want to look again at the details. So you can just rewind, but I might not be going through everything in as great detail as in the post. So, financial security, what does that mean? That means you have all the basics covered. So you have your accommodation, you have food, you have transport, and you have utilities covered. For life. Let me give you an example. An example would be, say that you're a single, you're not living extremely extravagantly at the moment. You might say $2,000. That's the number I have in my example, so let's use that one. So you know, every month I need basically 2,000 bucks to pay for accommodation, food, transportation, and utilities. Okay, perfect. Now you know. Knowing, awareness is the first thing, because if we don't know, we can't do anything. But when we know, it's like, okay, now we know, now we can do something about it. And if we put the number, and this again is just an example, $2,000 per month, that means you need 24,000 per year. And I'm simplifying this, of course. I'm not taking inflation into account or taxes or whatever. This is the cash you need after tax, and again, not taking any inflation into account in the future. But if this is true for you, roughly 2,000 bucks to cover this, the whole idea of the wealth pyramid is for you then to say, okay, this is where we start. Financial security. How would you feel if you had 2,000 bucks coming into your pocket every month for the rest of your life? Not 1 month, not 1 year, for the rest of your life. Most people are stressed about money and finances. Why? Lack of understanding, and they never seem to have any. That's the thing, right? And that's what we want to change. Learn the language of money, follow these steps, make sure you have financial security. We have a couple of definitions, but basically money in your pocket, and then things will start to change. So the way I go about when thinking about this is, how can I set myself up so that we know $2,000 is coming into my account every month. I don't have to do shit. So if I'm here, or if I'm traveling somewhere, some exotic place, wherever the Seychelles or whatever it might be, the money is still coming in. I'm on the beach. The money is still coming in. That's the purpose. That's how you should think, and that's what we need to do. It doesn't mean I can just maybe figure out a way like this, boom, and I have the 2K. No, maybe I have to say, well, where can I start? You can break this down as much as you want. The key thing is to find a way which obviously makes this happen, even if it takes time. It might not happen overnight, and that is totally fine. But if you never think about it, most likely you'll be trading your time for money for a very, very long time. So this one, you can break it down as much as you want, down basically to zero, or maybe $1. You can start there and say, how can I do something so $1 comes into my pocket passively every month? That could be a start. Or you can go for that one and say, okay, I'm gonna figure this one out. I need 2K a month, and that's the purpose, that's the goal. I'll do whatever, but that's what I'm gonna do. How you take these steps, probably not gonna be a straight line, doesn't matter. The key thing is that you start thinking in a way of how and start acting. But another example would be, okay, say that you have, maybe say that you can put aside from your money now a certain amount, and it gives you interest on your savings account. Maybe it's not a lot, but maybe you're getting $1 per month based on your current savings. That is a step in the right direction because you're getting that one. So if you can increase the amount you have saved, obviously that one will increase as well. That is passive income. You deposit your money with a bank, you get an interest, you don't have to do anything. The only thing you need to do is obviously figure out who pays the most, and that's one way. The other way is saying, 2,000. What if I could buy a house or a flat, a property basically, and let it out? Let's say I buy a flat, I have a decent economy or a decent salary and so forth, so maybe I can do that, and I take out a mortgage on it, and I rent it out. And I'm sort of handy, so I can go there every now and then, and fingers crossed it's not too much, so it's not completely passive, semi-passive we call it then. And if after your mortgage, after your taxes, you're netting $2,000 from one property, if you keep that property for the rest of your life and nothing massive happens, you have tenants all the time, that is almost at least passive income into your pocket every month. That is one way of looking at it, one way of doing it, finding a way to get into that number, which is your number. This is just an example. But wherever you start, it doesn't really matter. The key thing is that you start and that you measure your progress. So that is financial security. And again, I really ask you to check out, so take a step inside and think about the feeling. How would you feel if you knew you never had to worry about housing or accommodation, you never had to worry about food, and you never had to worry about transportation utilities ever again? I'm pretty sure you would feel pretty damn awesome. That's financial security. Then you can step it up. Financial independence is these ones plus, well actually we can just say so financial independence would be if you for the rest of your life lived exactly the way you're living now. That would be financial independence. So whatever you do, whatever stuff you buy, whatever, that would be financial independence. Same thing. 2,000, the number will be different, I don't know, let's put it at 4,000, it doesn't really matter. So that might be the number for financial independence. And go back to the feeling again. What if you knew you could live the way you're currently living for the rest of your life because you had a strategy, you had a structure, Money was coming your way, and you didn't have to trade your time for it. Pretty good feeling. Financial abundance. That would be, actually, it should be the other way around. Financial freedom, put it like this, sorry. Financial freedom should be you do everything you've done today or everything you do today, plus you add some extra. Maybe it's an extra car, maybe it is some luxurious trips, maybe it is having an extra house, summer house or winter house, whatever it is that you wish for. That's the third step. The last one, the top of the pyramid, would be, well, you do whatever the fuck you want whenever you want. You don't have to think about money ever again. Anything you want, you can have it. So what's the difference between these steps? The only difference is the number, but you will still have to do the same thing. Down here, what I'm telling you to do is to find ways of generating passive income, money coming your way 24/7 ideally. Here, I'm telling you to do exactly the same thing, just make the numbers bigger. And once you start thinking in this way, it will become easier and easier and easier and easier. And when that happens, and when you realize, actually, this can happen. You're on track here. Maybe you're here. You're gonna feel pretty damn good, and you're gonna say, why should I stop there? When you see you're making meaningful progress to a life on your terms, where you do whatever you want with your time, because you have the money coming in anyway, why would you stop there? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't. You just say, boop, 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 and say, sorted. Don't have to think about it ever again. But why stop there? You've been working, you've been learning, you've been making progress, you've been thinking income, you've been thinking money, cash flow, passive income, all the time. You're on a roll. I'm sure as well, your level of knowledge, your knowledge level have gone through the roof. When someone talks about money, you're like, instead of, and that's all the difference in the world, makes all the difference in the world. You won't stop there. You will continue. How high you go, that's completely up to you. The thing is, depending on how you do it, there is a chance, or a risk, depending on how you see it, that at a certain point, you might become comfortable. You see, actually, we have the nice car, we have the nice house, we can go wherever we want. That's pretty cool. And you're starting to plateau. That happens for a lot of people in any and every area of our lives. Sports, work, whatever it is. We work, we learn, and it's like, yeah, I'm getting comfortable, I know the shit. And we stop learning, we're stagnating. When that happens, we're actually going, because there's other people who's constantly learning, they are improving and making progress. So if we're not, we're actually going the wrong way. We should always be learning. Earners are learners, and learners will become earners if they're not already. So, what I'm saying here is, this brick is exactly the same as this one. The only difference is, you have increased your expertise, your knowledge, and you're just adding and doing more of what you've already been doing. And when you do that and start thinking in that way, you'll be more open, you're looking for these opportunities, and guess what? For some strange reason, the opportunities will start coming your way. It's like, how is this? You get people asking you, do you want to be part of this investment? Even maybe your banker is going to say, maybe you want to borrow another X amount. Why? Because they know you're doing well, you've proven them that you're really good with money, you've shown them by having the track record, and they are obviously, yes, making money out of you, but you're aware, so you're not paying over the top, but you're paying enough, and they are giving you brilliant service. And when that happens, they want to give you more, because the more they give you, borrowing or lending you, the more money they make. And if you're good, there won't be an end to it. And if you invest it wisely, we have a session about leverage, different kinds of leverage, but that is one way of using it which makes this path easier. But you need to start with foundation, which is this one. But below this one, here, language of money. You need to learn that one, otherwise you will struggle all the way, and most likely you will just be struggling down here, or maybe down here. Learning the language of money is the key, because it will help you all your life, and everything that we do on the site and on the platform, and especially obviously in terms of the wealth section, is about the language of money, how you can use it to your advantage, not at the expense of anybody else. It doesn't have to be like that. It can still be a win-win. Learn the money of language, go through all our posts, all the sessions, start from the beginning and start taking the baby steps. Because when you do have the knowledge, you have a vision, you know where you want to go, you're using a vision board, you're imprinting it in your mind, this is where I'm going, and you start using the techniques, the strategies that we put out there. This one won't be like this. It will probably be a little bit like this. A smoother ride, but you will make it happen. And that is the key thing, right? So you need to start changing the way you think, the way you behave around money, and using the platform, and in this case, starting out with a big picture, narrowing it down. In the next session, we're going to talk about our bucket system, how you automate things so they start happening for you, which is another key thing. This is still the big picture, or bigger, even though I say wealth, the wealth pyramid. And now we're going to go down looking at your economy and how to automate things. And that's what we're going to do next. So, thank you for watching and see you next time.